Now I'm going to paint the Jade parts. First, I'm sketching the areas where the reflections are going to be located. I'm following the basic shapes as like cylinders or spheres. As you see, they are very simple, something very cool to paint, very easy to interpret. And in the case of the this ornament in the chest, I'm going to make radial brights, which is a classic when painting those flat rounded surfaces you will see in the next steps. If the sketching of highlights is working for me, I start developing them, making gradients basically, and also painting the planes of shadows to complete the overall interpretation of the shapes and volumes that I have in the figure. This is a good stage to change or correct mistakes that maybe you have made in your sketch or whatever, so you can correct them now. If not, just continue. In my case, for example, I see that the highlights are very desaturated, and I wanted to generate a more saturated looking for the Jade, so I'm using this liver green, which at the end is a very saturated yellow-green color. And using this color to highlight, instead of using the ice yellow or any other white-like color, you will obtain a more saturated first highlight. So in the next step, when you need to add white colors, you will have a more saturated layers before the final highlights. So the looking of the Jade will be more brighter and, in my opinion, more interesting. But as you see, basically I'm following the sketch. I'm making some gradients, outlining, as you know, as always, the different edges. And now I'm generating a more darker color, or a darker color, sorry, for the Jade, mixing the blue with a bit of black. Could be ink, black ink, or regular ink. And with this darker color, I'm painting the planes of the different shapes that are in shadows, like those ones, or also outlining different gaps in between the different shapes. In this stage, I noticed that I needed more saturation, so I apply once again a layer using more liver green. So you see that you can correct your mistakes or just your desired variations or your process in any part of it. In my case, just by applying some new layers and outlinings with those with this more saturated color, I'm obtaining a more saturated one that I like more than the previous I have.